Let's get straight to it. Not every woman who talks to you deserves your time, attention, or energy. Some will drop words that are warning signs, subtle or blunt, that she's not worth investing in. And most men? They completely ignore them. They hear these things, shrug, and keep chasing. Big mistake. Because when a woman says certain things, it's not just talk, it's a window into her priorities, her respect for you, and her overall character. And if you miss it, you're setting yourself up for frustration, wasted energy, and heartbreak. Here's the reality. Attraction alone isn't enough to build a healthy connection. You can like a woman, she can like you, but if she's already showing signs that she doesn't value you, doesn't respect your time, or isn't willing to meet you halfway, walking away isn't just smart, it's essential. Too many men stay in situations hoping she'll change or that they can fix her. That never works. Words reveal intentions. And when a woman says certain things, you should treat them like red flags, not challenges to overcome. This video is about giving you clarity. I'm going to break down the 5 things a woman might say that signal she's not worth your time, and why your instinct should be to walk away. These are phrases, comments, or statements that reveal her mindset, her priorities, and how she sees you. Ignoring them will cost you more than just a missed opportunity. It will cost your dignity, your confidence, and your peace of mind. So, if you've ever felt confused by mixed signals or wasted time on a woman who wasn't fully invested, this video is for you. I'll guide you to recognize the words that matter, cut through the noise, and take action that protects you while saving you emotional energy. Welcome to the channel. If you've been burned before, or just want to learn how to read women honestly without overthinking, stay with me. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to listen for and when to make the call to walk away. 1. I'm not ready for anything serious. When a woman tells you, I'm not ready for anything serious, it sounds harmless at first. Some men even interpret it as a temporary statement, thinking, she just needs time. But here's the truth. When she says this, she's revealing her priorities, her mindset, and how she values, or doesn't value, you. It's a warning, not a challenge. She's essentially saying, I like you maybe, but I'm not willing to commit or invest in you emotionally. And that's exactly what you need to hear, because staying in that space is a trap. Men often make the mistake of sticking around, hoping their attention, charm, or persistence will change her mind. That rarely happens. Most women who say this are setting boundaries for themselves, and trying to push past them only signals desperation on your part. You're not negotiating your way into someone's commitment. They either want it or they don't. Imagine this. You've been seeing her for a few weeks or months. She laughs at your jokes, flirts a little, maybe even texts you late at night. You start feeling like there's potential. Then she drops the line. I'm not ready for anything serious. Suddenly, all the subtle cues of interest don't matter, because her words define the deal. She's sending a clear message that her investment in you is limited. If you ignore it, you're setting yourself up for wasted time and emotional frustration. This isn't about overreacting. It's about recognizing reality. A woman who truly wants something serious will make space for it. She won't say she's not ready while still enjoying the perks of attention, affection, or your emotional energy. If you stick around, you're providing value without reciprocity. You're doing the work while she keeps the freedom to walk away at any moment. That's not attraction, it's imbalance. Here's the critical takeaway. Don't interpret this as a temporary hurdle to overcome. Take it at face value. Respect her honesty, but respect yourself more. Walking away isn't cruel. It's smart. It signals that you value your time, your energy, and your emotional health. Men who ignore this warning often end up trapped in a cycle of hope and disappointment, chasing a commitment that will never come. So, the moment you hear her say she's not ready for anything serious, pause, reflect, and make a conscious decision. Don't try to persuade, debate, or convince her. That's a losing game. Recognize it as a red flag and move on. The right woman will be ready to meet you halfway. She won't need to hedge her intentions with excuses. Walking away may feel difficult in the moment, but it's the fastest path to protecting yourself and opening the door to someone who truly wants you. 2. You should change this about yourself. When a woman tells you, you should change this about yourself, it's more than casual advice. It's a red flag. She's signaling that she doesn't accept you as you are, and that's a serious problem. Attraction, respect, and connection don't come from constant critique. If she wants you to mold yourself into her ideal, she's not valuing the real you, and staying around will only chip away at your confidence. Some men try to take this as constructive criticism. They overthink it, adjust themselves, and hope it earns approval or deeper interest. The truth? Changing for someone who doesn't already accept you is a losing game. Women who are genuinely interested in a man as he is will not demand you alter your personality, habits, or values just to suit them. They'll appreciate your qualities, flaws included, and encourage growth naturally, not as a prerequisite for attention or affection. This kind of comment is also a test of your boundaries. She's gauging how far you'll bend to please her. And here's the catch. The more you bend, the less respect she may actually feel. Confidence comes from self-assurance, and that includes accepting yourself without needing constant approval. When a man tries to reshape himself to fit someone else's ideal, he loses that power. And women instinctively respond to confidence and self-respect, not compliance. It's also worth noticing the tone. If she frames her advice in a way that feels critical, judgmental, or dismissive, it's a signal that she may be controlling, or at least unwilling to meet you halfway emotionally. It's not just about the things she wants you to change. It's about her mindset and whether she's capable of seeing you as worthy as you are. Here's the takeaway. When you hear this statement, it's not a challenge to overcome. It's a clear indicator of misalignment. The right woman will either love you for who you are or will support natural growth that comes from mutual respect, not from pressure or manipulation. Don't let someone else's expectations make you question your value. Walking away in this case isn't rejection, it's self-preservation. 3. I'm just saying this, don't take it personally. When a woman says, I'm just saying this, don't take it personally, pay close attention. On the surface, it sounds harmless, like she's softening her words. But in reality, it's often a shield for criticism, judgment, or manipulation. This phrase is her way of delivering something negative while trying to avoid accountability for how it lands. And if you hear it a lot, it's a serious warning sign. Think about what this really communicates. She's signaling that her opinion matters more than your feelings. She's saying, I'm going to tell you what I think, even if it hurts or annoys you, and it's your problem how you take it. That's not respect, and it's not a foundation for a healthy connection. A woman who genuinely values you won't need to preface criticism with a disclaimer. She'll communicate honestly and kindly without undermining your confidence. Men often fall into the trap of overanalyzing these statements, trying to figure out whether they're right or wrong, or apologizing for perceived faults. But here's the truth. If someone frequently uses this phrase, it's less about you and more about her behavior. She's testing boundaries, asserting control, or subtly putting you in a defensive position. And when that becomes a pattern, it slowly erodes self-respect and emotional energy. Another key point. This phrase is often paired with backhanded comments, unsolicited advice, or passive-aggressive remarks. The danger is that men start rationalizing, thinking, she doesn't mean it, she's just joking, or I can handle this, I'll just adjust. That's exactly how emotional imbalance sets in. You're bending to her mindset instead of maintaining your own standards and boundaries. The takeaway is simple. Hear the words, evaluate the intent, and act accordingly. Repeated use of this line is a sign that she may not respect your feelings or treat you as an equal partner. It's a subtle form of emotional testing, and if you ignore it, you risk long-term frustration, resentment, and wasted effort. 4. I don't want to be tied down. When a woman says, "I don't want to be tied down," it sounds casual, but it's one of the clearest warning signs a man can hear. This phrase is her way of saying she's not looking for commitment, stability, or a real investment in a relationship. And if you stay, you're setting yourself up for frustration. Men often ignore this because they hope they can be the exception, or that she'll eventually change her mind. That rarely happens. The issue isn't just about commitment, it's about respect for your time, energy, and emotional availability. When someone openly declares they don't want a serious relationship, it signals that your needs and desires are not a priority. Continuing to invest in her while she maintains this mindset puts you in an unbalanced position. You're giving value without a guarantee of reciprocity, and that imbalance erodes confidence and self-worth faster than anything else. It's easy to misinterpret her actions here. She may flirt, send late-night texts, or engage in playful banter. Men often think, if she's acting interested, maybe she wants something serious after all. But interest without commitment is meaningless in the long run. She's showing what she's willing to give, not what you want or deserve. And chasing that illusion keeps you stuck in a cycle of hope and disappointment. Another key point is consistency. Someone who truly wants a relationship will make space for it, prioritize you, and communicate clearly. Saying she doesn't want to be tied down while still enjoying the benefits of your attention is a major red flag. It shows she's protecting her freedom at the expense of your emotional energy. That's not a partnership. It's convenience. 5. You're too much for me right now. When a woman tells you, "You're too much for me right now," it sounds like a compliment, but it's actually a warning. On the surface, she might make it sound like she's impressed by your energy, confidence, or intensity. But what she's really saying is that she can't handle you, your standards, or the way you operate, and she's unlikely to grow into it. This is a key moment to pay attention because most men misinterpret it as a challenge. Imagine you've been pursuing her. You're confident, direct, and you know what you want. You show up fully, and instead of appreciating it, she drops the line, "You're too much for me right now." That's her way of saying she's not capable of matching your energy, handling your standards, or being fully present with you. It's not about you being too much in a negative sense. It's about her limitations. Men often make the mistake of responding by toning themselves down or trying to adapt to make her comfortable. That's exactly the wrong move. If someone can't handle the person you are at your core, trying to dim yourself for them leads to frustration, resentment, and a relationship that never feels balanced. You don't need to change for anyone who isn't capable of stepping up. This phrase also signals potential avoidance. Women who say this often enjoy attention or flirtation, but aren't willing or ready to deal with the responsibilities and challenges of a real connection. They may like the idea of being with someone strong or ambitious, but not enough to match that energy themselves. And chasing someone in this situation teaches you nothing but patience and disappointment. Here's the key takeaway. Hear the words for what they are. Respect her honesty, but don't interpret it as a problem to solve or a challenge to overcome. Walking away here is about self-respect, emotional balance, and saving your energy for someone who can truly meet you on the same level. 6. I'm not like other women. When a woman tells you, "I'm not like other women," it might sound flattering at first. Men hear it and think, "Wow, she's unique. She must really like me." But here's the reality. This phrase is often a subtle red flag disguised as a compliment. What she's really saying is, "I see myself as different, special, or above typical standards, and you should recognize that." It's less about you and more about her mindset. This phrase is often used to establish control or create an illusion of uniqueness. She's implying that your attention, affection, or validation is extra valuable because she's not like other women. And if you buy into it, you start giving more than you should, feeling grateful for her attention instead of recognizing her statements as a warning sign. Men often mistake this for admiration when it's actually a way to position herself as untouchable or emotionally selective without commitment. Another layer here is comparison. By saying she's not like other women, she's putting others, and sometimes even you, on notice. She's testing whether you'll fall for the narrative or maintain perspective. If you overvalue her words, you risk losing self-respect and chasing a version of her that doesn't exist. Her uniqueness isn't necessarily bad, but the moment she uses it as leverage to manipulate attention or gauge your reactions, it becomes a problem. Pay attention to how it's said. Is it casual, humorous, or almost bragging? If it's paired with vague rules about how you should behave, compliments that feel conditional, or emotional tests, take it seriously. This is her setting the stage. She's showing that she values herself above you, or that your attention isn't automatically earned. That's not a foundation for a healthy relationship. The lesson here is simple. Don't confuse self-assuredness with compatibility. The right woman can be confident, independent, and unique without making you feel like you're constantly proving yourself. If she's hiding behind statements like, "I'm not like other women," to test you, control your attention, or subtly manipulate your behavior, it's time to recognize the red flag and step back. 7. Let's just be friends. For now. When a woman says, "Let's just be friends," for now, it sounds harmless, even hopeful. Men hear it and think, "Okay, I'll wait. Maybe she'll change her mind." But here's the uncomfortable truth. This phrase is one of the clearest signs you should walk away. It's not about timing or circumstances. It's about intent, boundaries, and how she values you. Saying "for now" is often a polite way of keeping someone in orbit without committing. She might enjoy your attention, your company, or the emotional energy you provide, but she's not ready or willing to reciprocate fully. Men often interpret this as a challenge, believing that patience and persistence will eventually turn friendship into romance. But in reality, it usually keeps you trapped in limbo, while she maintains the freedom to explore other options. Think about what this really communicates. She's prioritizing herself and her choices over your desires, She's saying, "I like having you around, but I'm not interested in meeting you halfway emotionally or romantically right now." And that's exactly what you need to hear. Many men ignore this warning, hoping for a different outcome, and end up frustrated, resentful, and emotionally drained. There's also a subtle ego test here. When she says, "just friends," she's seeing how much effort you're willing to invest without receiving the emotional or romantic return you want. And here's the truth. The right woman won't need to test you this way. She'll engage fully and match your energy. If she's holding you at arm's length with the promise of "maybe later," she's not valuing your time or emotional investment. Here's some constructive advice for men. Don't get caught in the trap of waiting for someone who isn't ready to meet you as an equal. Respect her honesty, yes, but respect yourself more. Walking away isn't rejection, it's self-preservation. It's recognizing that your energy, attention, and affection are too valuable to be placed in a waiting room. This is also a moment to reflect. Are you willing to chase approval, validation, or potential at the expense of your self-respect? If the answer is yes, it's time to wake up. The right woman won't hedge her feelings or postpone commitment. She'll invest fully because she sees your value and matches your intentions. So, when you hear, "let's just be friends," for now, don't debate it, rationalize it, or hope for change. Take it seriously. It's a clear message that walking away is the best choice for your dignity, your confidence, and your future relationships. Knowing when to leave is just as important as knowing when to stay. Here's a truth most men avoid facing. Words matter. The moment a woman says any of these 5 things, "I'm not ready for anything serious," you should change this about yourself. "I'm just saying this. Don't take it personally. I don't want to be tied down. You're too much for me right now. I'm not like other women," or "let's just be friends." For now, she's giving you a clear signal. And ignoring it isn't bravery. It's wasting your time, energy, and emotional strength. Too many men stick around, hoping things will change, convincing themselves that effort or persistence will win her over. But here's the controversial truth. Attraction alone isn't enough. If she's already saying these things, it's not about timing. It's about alignment, respect, and priorities. You deserve a woman who meets you halfway, values your presence, and invests as much as you do. Anything less is a trap. So, take these words seriously. Use them as your compass. Walking away isn't rejection. It's self-respect. It's protecting your confidence, energy, and future relationships. The right woman won't make excuses or hedge her intentions. She'll be clear, present, and committed. I want to hear from you. Have you experienced one of these phrases before? How did it make you feel, and what did you do? Drop your experiences in the comments. I read them and will engage with you. Understanding these red flags isn't just theory. It's about learning to recognize signals, protect yourself, and focus on women who truly deserve your time. Remember this: her words reveal her mindset. Pay attention, respect yourself, walk away when needed. Your future relationships and your peace of mind depend on it.